Hi Vishnu, how are you?
Hi Rakesh, fine. How are you?
I'm good too, thank you. So can you tell me something about yourself?
Yeah, Rakesh. Thanks for giving this opportunity. Myself, Vishnu Yadav. I had 1.9 years experience in both manual and automation testing. I had worked on
Mm-hmm.
automation testing using Selenium Java. In frameworks, I have worked on our TestNG POM, page object model. Coming to my roles and responsibilities, I had worked on functional testing, regression testing, and smoke and sanitation. And more specific, written test scripts in automation by using Selenium Java and running the regression tests on a demand basis like a batch wise and report the bugs if any, and that's it.
Mm-hmm. So you were telling us about reporting bugs. So which
Yeah.
tool you are using for reporting bugs?
Yeah, for reporting bugs we are using Jira, and then
Jira.
yeah,
Okay. And can you tell me something about the automation framework that you are working on?
in our project we are working on a page object model.
Mm-hmm.
uh, yeah, we are using a page object model. Mm, for every class, for every web page, we are using each class for every web page, and then we are storing the web elements in by using page factory method. We are using we are using a base class for the reusable components, and then we also use listeners, high test listeners
Okay.
it is from TestNG. Okay. Mm,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's it.
Okay. Have you integrated your automation framework with DevOps?
No, 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 no.
Not yet. Mm-hmm. Okay. Is someone at your door?
No, no, no problem.
Okay, fine. So you are using Java as a programming language?
Yeah, yes.
Mm-hmm. So how many test cases you are able to automate every day?
Every day test cases it will be two, two, three, four.
Mm-hmm.
Average.
Two to three. Fine. So if you get this question in a real-time interview, so you can say it depends on the complexity of the test scenarios. Sometimes the test cases are straightforward. You can easily automate them. Sometimes one test scenario might contain a big workflow that might consume more time, which you will have to automate it. You will have to find the locators and all those things. So you can tell it depends on the complexity of the scenarios, right? It might be complexity, medium complexity, high complexity, right? So in that manner, you can explain. Okay. Do you know what is Jenkins?
Yeah, yeah.
So what is Jenkins?
Jenkins is an integrated tool which we use to do continuous integration and a continuous deployment. Where we use Jenkins to integrate with Maven with the Jenkins, and then we run the test cases or using comments by passing comments in the
Mm-hmm.
Jenkins as
Mm-hmm.
we as we used parameters for testing the test cases in different browser, and then that's it.
Okay. Let's say there is a functionality which you are automating, right? And you are working in a team and you have test lead, test manager with you, but both of them have gone to the client side or they are not present in the office, right? But and you are getting stuck with the stability of the application, with the build of the application. Then what will you do?
For stability of the application in environment, we need to check so that my team there is no one in the team, only me.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
scenario is
Correct, correct. So the scenario is that you and one of your team member is there. You also have 2 years of experience. He also has 2 years of experience. You have test leads, you have test managers as the hierarchy, but both of them are on leave or they have gone to the client side, right? Now you are facing some challenges with the stability of the application. If the application is not stable, you won't be able to automate it. So what will you do?
yeah. I will seek help from my colleague, and then we'll try to resolve. If it is not resolving,
Hmm.
we'll leave a message to the higher authority, higher manager and our lead, and
Hmm.
then we'll try to contact with the develop team, which they have. for stability check, they will be checking in their development environment. Will
Mm-hmm.
will seek help from the development team to check the stability in test QA. They in their development it will be if, if it is given if the build is given to us, it is that developer will be checked on the development environment that is stable or not, so that
Mm-hmm.
we'll retry with them.
Okay, okay. So you will coordinate, you will collaborate with the development team, the dev lead person. At the same time, you will also send an email. You will
Yeah.
update your leads or managers that this is the step that you are taking in their absence. So you'll just update them, because tomorrow it might happen that you might not would have got the proper help from the development team, and then you should not be at the fault, right? So you'll keep them updated, and simultaneously you will move ahead. Okay, now you need to tell me what is the output of this Java program. Is my screen visible?
Yeah, yeah. Just
Hmm?
a second.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. So what would be the output of this Java program?
One second. Right. There is no condition.
Hmm.
True break nothing. There are choices. Choices
Right.
will be
So you have got
nothing.
two options. One is nothing and one is error.
There is there is no comparison, no condition there. I think so. Because
Hmm.
of flow, it will be boolean. It will return a false. Then it will be nothing. I think.
Okay, you are telling the answer will be nothing.
Hmm.
Okay. So the answer is B, error. The reason is break statement has been used, right? This is the break statement on line number 8. It can only be used with loop or switch, right? So using break with if statement causes break outside switch or loop. So this will give you an error,
Okay.
right? So this will be the correct answer, error. Okay. Now me frame another question. Okay. Now let me share my screen. Okay. What will be the output of this code? My screen is visible, right?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Hmm.
They are
Are
all
you
concatenated.
right? Right. So it's a class A public static void main, and you have got a println statement. You have got two choices. What would be the correct option?
The correct option will be Java. They are all concatenated each other
Are you
by
sure?
using. Yes, they are all strings. Each character are strings.
Mm-hmm.
There is no space between them.
So you are telling answer would be A.
Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let us see the correct answer now. Okay. C.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Double quotes. Forgot.
They have double quotes, right? Since character literals has been used, these won't be concatenated, right? So the addition of equivalent ASCII. So are you aware about ASCII Unicode kind of stuff, right? Where Java holds, J holds some value, right? A will hold some value. So you will be adding them, you will be summing them. So the total sum would be 418. Something else is first of all the answer, and then you will be having the addition of each equivalent ASCII value of the character.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
so this will be the output of this program. Okay, now let's say if you have to compare two strings, right? You have
Okay.
got two strings. So the first string is Vishnu, second string is your second name. Okay, so how will you compare two strings? So can you write a Java program? I want you to write the Java program. I'm giving you screen sharing rights. You can share your screen, click on share screen button, green color button, and write a Java program for this time.
Is my screen visible?
Yes, yes, it's visible. So you got the question, right?
Yeah, yeah. To compare
Mm.
the two strings.
Yes, yes. And there are multiple approaches to do so.
Yeah, compare method is there for strings. Yeah, this is one approach.
Yeah, so what would be the
Hello.
output? What would be the output?
What would be there? There is no comparison. It will throw an
Yeah, so what would be the output of the program?
it will return.
Mm.
So
What it will return?
is a true or false? Boolean value.
Let's run it and see. 3. Why did it return 3?
Wait a second. I will use a different method.
So what is the expected output? First, let us discuss this, and then let us see what you are getting.
Yeah, for the console, it is giving result 3.
So why it's given 3? Why not 2? Why not 4?
Only 3 characters are matching. Yes or no or yes. Right?
R is not matching. S and I are
Or is
matching.
not.
Then why it's giving 3?
It is also matching the Unicode.
Hello.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So you want me to help you out?
Yeah, yeah, okay.
Okay. Okay. Sure. Give me a moment. I'll share my screen. Okay. So let me share my screen. Okay. There are multiple ways that you can compare the string. One is using string dot compare to. Okay. So you can
Okay.
integer string one str1 dot compare to string str2. Right. So this is the two strings that you want. So how it will work? It will compare and it will return the following values as follows. So they have given, so if you have string 1 that is greater than string 2, it returns a positive value. If both the strings are equal, right? If,
Okay.
that is, if string 1 is totally equal to string 2, it will return 0. If string 1 is less than string 2, it returns a negative value. Okay, so this is how it works. Okay, simple. Now there is one more
Yeah.
method, string dot equals, right? What
Okay. Things
this
are
method will do? Yeah, what this method will do, it will compare the two given strings based on the data or content of the string. If all the contents of both the strings are same, then it will return a true. So I think you were confused between this and the previous one.
Yeah, I was.
You're telling me true and false, right? So no, don't confuse. This is straightforward, right? True and false value, it will return based on the character match or character does not matches. Okay. Then there is one more. Another two approaches are also there, but I am telling you three. So two I have covered. The third one is using object dot equal. Right. So what does object dot equal does? This method will again return true if the arguments are equal to each other, and
Object
false.
on
Sorry.
object equals object. I was reading the statement.
Okay. Fine. And if both the arguments are null, then true. And if exactly one argument is null, then false is returned. Right. So equals method of the first argument will be. So this is one of the approach. This is another approach. This is third approach. Another two approaches are also there. So in an interview, if you take any of one, then the interviewer will ask you if there is any other way. Then you can explain, okay, this is also one more way. Okay, this is also one more way. So that's how they will deep dive into these kind of programming level interview questions.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, great. Now let us go to your CV. Okay. In your resume, you have mentioned that you are providing the details of the status of the project in the meetings. So, what exactly do you convey? How do you convey this status update?
Actually, we'll have every day morning we have a stand-up call. 15 minutes, 15 minutes of a stand-up call. We need to report them what we did yesterday,
Hmm.
what we are going to do today, and then what is the status like what is the status of the testing we need to do? What is the
So
status of the
this is
task
about
we have
daily
to do?
daily stand up. You are telling?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. At the
So,
evening we at the evening
yeah,
we need to report, or else in the morning, the next day morning.
right, right.
What
Yeah, yeah. Please go ahead.
Yeah, and we'll discuss in the status call that what we have done in the from morning to evening. What the status, what the task we have done in on the day. We need to report them through the status call.
Hmm. So, in your roles and responsibilities, you have mentioned you are attending daily stand up calls, right?
Yes.
So, when you say you are attending daily stand up calls, it means you are telling all these things, what you have done, what you will be doing, any impediments. Then, in the same in the same responsibility, you have also added, you are providing the details of the status of the project in the meetings. So, the question is about how do you provide the status update? When you have to provide the status update of your individual as an individual member, so you are providing like I'm working on this test case, I'm working on this test case execution story, but how will you provide the update for the entire project? And that's what you have written, right? You are providing the details of the status of the project in the meetings, but how do you do that is the question. How do you do that?
Yeah, for a weekly basis also we have a meeting.
Hmm.
Uh, and in that we need to report from the whole week what we have done.
Hmm.
What is the status of the project? Like
Hmm. Hmm.
how many test cases we did? Still how many pending? We need to update to our tech lead.
Right, right.
Mm. And then if there is any pending, how we gonna make it happen
Hmm.
in on time?
Hmm.
How much a resource? If I need any resource to the help, or else I need to help the resource. As a team,
Hmm.
will make to complete the assigned task on a
Hmm.
weekly basis.
Right, right. So, see, uh, as the line that, as a statement that you have mentioned in the roles and responsibilities, right? So, you can explain, maybe this is what you would have been doing, that you are reporting the team's status to the leads. Maybe you have two or three other QA members working with you and they are junior to you. and you are updating them. Okay, this much is the testing coverage that we had. If any P0 blockers you had, if you're not getting build or release on time, if you're getting too many regression issues, if you feel that unit testing is not done, so that's how the status update you will be doing, right? Okay. So in your resume, it's already also mentioned that you have received appreciation for the work that you have done, right? And you have received awards also, right? So you don't need to reveal the details of your project, but I'm more interested in what exactly you did for which you got the appreciation.
I had got for a month of start of the month for performing for, I'm sorry, I'm not able to.
You're not able to recall. What
No, no,
happened?
not like.
Maybe you were watching India versus England match.
No, no, it was the match.
Match got completed, right?
Yeah, it's
Before time.
completed.
Earlier, I thought that I have given you the time of 10 p.m. and if match did not get completed, then what will I do? So I was thinking to send you the screenshot of the scoreboard in an email. That's why we'll be connecting tomorrow. But fortunately, match got completed, right?
It's completed, but this situation will be reversed in semis, in the
Okay.
knockouts.
Is it like
For
that?
us, for it will be like
Okay.
that. Now they are struggling. Now they are struggling like the 3 wickets. In knockouts, everyone will be tougher competition.
Hmm. True. True. Okay. Let's get back to the interview, and
Mm.
we'll be connecting on Zoom on 11th or 12th of November. Yeah. So the question was the award or appreciation. So let's say if you're not able to recall such kind of things in an interview, so try to go through your resume once before you attend the real-time interview, because there are chances that people will ask you such questions. There are two kinds of people. One are the interviewers who will ask you questions from the answers you give. Second are the interviewers who will ask you the questions on the content, on the things that you have mentioned in your resume. Many smart IT professionals are such that they will copy paste the information from other resumes to their resumes, right? So these things will be getting caught. But we have to be proactive. We have to make sure that whatever things that we have mentioned in our resume, it's is informative and it is proper, right? So any appreciation, any award kind of thing, you should be able to recall any scenario, any incident that would have happened that got you the appreciation. Maybe some good defect that you have found, maybe business related issues you have found, maybe you had helped the team when they were struggling with their ETAs. For example, the testing was to be completed in 2 days, the resources were not enough, the hands were not enough, and you jumped in and you helped the team and you helped the company, you helped the organization, right? So these are the kind of aspects that you have to tell. Even if you're not able to recall, then mention all these kind of points,
Okay.
right? So you are able to successfully cross that question. Okay. Now let's come to the agile. Which are the different agile ceremonies that you are attending?
Agile ceremonies.
Mm-hmm.
Scrum calls, and then we have weekly basis calls.
Mm-hmm. Scrum calls on weekly basis. Then what else?
Scrum calls on daily basis.
Daily basis. Okay. Then.
Then we have weekly calls, and yeah, we have sprints. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
We have sprints for 2 to 3 weeks in the middle, and we will get the build, and then we need to test, and then we need to release the software to the customer in 2 to 3 weeks. And we have a scrum master who will look up into that after the software is given to the customer, and there will be a meeting uh, about the I forgotten the term, technical term. That
Mm-hmm.
there will be a meeting.
Grooming meeting.
Retrospective. No,
Retrospective.
That is completion of the project for the
Uh-huh.
weekly for the current sprint. For
Mm.
the current sprint, there will be a meeting for what we gone through, what we have been behind, or we have done a good job. We have a meeting from the Scrum Master.
Okay, okay. So those kind of meetings you are attending, right? Then apart from that, you might be a part of defect triaging meeting. You might be a
Yeah,
part of sprint backlog meeting, right?
yeah, yeah. Sprint back.
Retrospective, right? Then sprint planning, scrum calls, all these kinds of meetings are there, right? Okay, okay. Now let's say you have to automate a dialog box, right? A dialog box is coming on the website with a yes no button. So how will you automate it?
Alert by using alert class, I will accept it,
Mm,
or we can reject it. Whatever the switch to alert, and then we can accept or we can
mm-hmm.
reject.
Right, right. Okay, what is the difference between find element and find elements?
Yeah, find element gives us a single web element, returns a single web element. Find elements
Mm,
will return as a multiple list of web elements, so that we can store in a list.
correct, correct. Okay. What is the difference between data-driven framework and keyword-driven framework?
Yeah, I was not particularly sure. I need to learn about that.
Mm-hmm,
For a data driven framework, I have just gone through. I was good in TestNG and BTD framework. I was learning that for data
oh,
driven.
okay, okay. No worries. So, Vishnu, I'm done with the interview. Thank you so much for coming on the channel for the mock interview. Do you have any questions for me?
I have learned API testing using Postman.
Mm-hmm,
Uh, in that I was getting I don't have proper resource to learn that. Like
mm-hmm.
there was there wasn't a YouTube channel I gone through that was like only basics. It was like only explaining about the get push post and a patch comments, and then he's only explaining the chaining. No particular more no like a real time project like to get some experience. Can I get an assertion from any resource?
Right, right. So, for API testing, we have a playlist in which we will be adding the videos. If you go to the RD Automation Learning channel, you will see API testing playlist. In that, we have started from scratch and will be adding more videos into the same series, same playlist. So you can refer that. And in that videos, in those videos, we are explaining uh, how to test an API using Postman tool. Right. So it's actually a free playlist, free source. You can get it from there.
Rakesh, can I have a 10 minutes on Selenium and a TestNG questions? 10
Selenium and
minutes.
TestNG questions. Right, right. So,
I have,
yeah, yeah. So basically, for Selenium and TestNG, first of all, they will ask you questions on framework itself, explaining about your framework, and then why did you go for this framework? Why are you not going for some other framework? Right. So in that, you will have to be clear with these kind of questions like keyword driven, data driven, BDD, Cucumber, all these kind of things, right? They will ask you questions related to this. Then what are the exceptions that you have faced in Selenium so far? How do you overcome them? In TestNG, what are the priorities? What is the difference? What is the significance of groups? How does grouping helps? How do you run test in parallel? All these kind of questions you will get in TestNG Selenium, right?
I need to ask another question. What about the scenario based questions? I was
Mhm.
giving the answer like I expected, or it was like very low, high,
Right,
poor,
right. So in
average.
scenario based questions, you will get these kind of questions that we discussed about Java programs. You will be asked about output of Java programs. Then in scenario based, you will also get maybe they will open some website and they will ask you to find locators, relative XPath, right? Maybe CSS locator. They might
Not,
give
not,
you.
not.
Uh,
I was asking, yeah, first, first few questions I was, scenario
mhm.
based, like that kind of questions. I have answered like a poor or average or a medium.
Yeah, yeah.
I was not able to express.
Yeah, yeah. It
I was
was
not able
average.
to express.
Yeah, not to worry. It was average. This is a mock interview. Through this, you will come to know what is the level of your preparation, right? So you need to
Mm.
focus on these Java output-based programming questions in which you will be asked what is the output. At the same time, you have to practice writing programs, writing code, like we discussed about compare two strings.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah.
kind of questions will be asked to you, right? Right. Okay. Thank you so much, Vishnu. It was nice talking to you and wish you all the best for your career.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Good night.
Thank you.